This is Mark Bell from supertraining.tv. Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. Got a couple guys here doing some dynamic effort squats with a buffalo bar and a black band. There's Ryan Cove going. Ryan's got great form, great mobility, good strength. Here's Chris going. We were working on having Chris go with a little bit wider stance on this day. Since he's starting to wear a little bit of powerlifting gear, we get him a little wider. But that's some good speed right there. He hasn't been doing this for a very long time, and that was a good pace right there. Some good squats by Austin Baumgarten. Austin is a guy that we want to actually kind of have him slow down a little bit, so that the speed at which he was doing his squats was good too. Now Robot's a little bit different type of lifter than some of these other guys. So I really forced him to be a little bit more aggressive on this day, and you'll see as he goes on, he gets faster and faster. There's Chris going again. Chris does a good job forcing knees out, chest is upright. Here goes Mr. Robot Pants again. Good job driving the hips, not overextending too much, not getting overextended, which we talk about quite often, where you're pulling your belly button too far away from your rib cage. Overextension is, or overextension pants, as it's called in the medical community, is the act of sticking your ass out like a stripper, which can be impressive at times, but it's not the right way to squat. You end up getting your ass and hips too far away from the barbell. Let's see if Robot keeps those hips forward. He does, and he wins an imaginary invisible balloon. So I'll have to reward him with that next time I see him. Here's Cove going. Got somebody walking in front of him, trying to block him out. Good form by Cove. He kind of does a little bit of the head flick, so we tried to reduce that a little bit in this workout. He didn't really like it, wasn't a fan of it, but I got a couple ideas for him next time. Everybody's different. You're going to have everybody's going to move differently. Everyone's going to feel good. Not everyone's going to feel good squatting the way that you tell them to squat. And just because Mark Bell says it, or Louis Simmons says it, or Chuck Vogelpool says it, or whoever, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to work out to be that great for you. Had a discussion with Brandon Lilly a couple days ago, and he said that he squats real slow, and people have been on his case about squatting slow, but he feels that's the best way that he's going to squat. And maybe a year from now, maybe he'll squat differently, but that's the way he's squatting right now. Like I said, everyone's a little different. You can see those were good squats again by Austin, and you can see his chin was upright, but it stayed that way the whole time. He wasn't doing anything too funky or too weird. And there's Robot picking up his speed, but he wasn't doing anything too funky or weird with his head position. So that might be something that we work on having Cove do. See, he's kind of picking up that chin, so maybe we'll just have him on rack with his chin up a little higher. We'll kind of see. We'll play with it. But the reason for that is that dysfunction in one spot causes dysfunction everywhere else. Kind of like in the bench press, when you see he's relaxing a little bit too much in the box, Austin is, and you can see the right side of his body collapsing a little bit, is kind of twisting, and that's something we'll have to work on. But what I was going to say is when you see dysfunction in one spot, it'll show up in others. And here we have Austin moving slower on purpose and doing a deliberate set of 3. And that's kind of what I want to see from him. And now once we teach him to do that way, then he'll be able to push through that thing like a motherfucker and produce a lot of force. There we go. So he got his head a little bit more neutral. I don't know if you guys see the difference or not, but I can sure as hell see it. That looks like a much stronger squatting position than what he was doing before. But upstream, downstream, you see dysfunction in one spot, and it's going to rear its ugly head somewhere else. And that's it from supertraining.tv. Booyah.